Good morning, learners. Today on 15th, we are going to have our English lesson as usual. And this time around, just to begin with, we are going to revise whatever we did yesterday under the use of what, who, whom, where, and which. So in the English aid, page 143, we can see an exercise there that we are going to use as a revision today, as we begin this lesson. This is the picture dash was missing. Do we say what, who, whom, or where? This is the picture dash was missing. So this is the picture that was missing. Because you already know the picture, it's good to use that in that manner. Or you can talk of which. This is a picture which was missing. Then there is another second one. That is the old lady dash was looking for you. So that is the old lady who was looking for you. Learner, you can say whom. Then that is the boy dash I saw breaking the plants. Do you say that is the boy whom I saw breaking the plants, or that is the boy who I saw breaking the plants? We talk of that is the boy whom I saw. You are the one who saw, you saw the boy. So that's the boy whom I saw breaking the plant. Then dash do you want to ring? Do you say where do you want to ring, or whom do you want to ring? Yes, learner, talk of whom do you want to ring. You can say who do you want to ring. Whom do you want to ring? Then lastly, what are you looking for? We use the word there to show that it's a question. You can say where do you looking for. You can say whom are you looking for. You can say who are you. Oh, you can talk of who are you looking for. It's right. But because you don't know if it's a person, know whom and who are used in when you're mentioning somebody. But in this case, you don't know whether the person is talking of a person or the person is talking about an object. So you talk of general something general. Talk of what? What are you looking for? The person will answer you if he is looking for somebody or is looking for an item. Learn so much for that. Let us go to what we want to do today. Today we are going to look at something very, very simple. We're going to look at two areas. There is a composition that I'm going to tackle immediately after this. So let's look at singular and plural. Singular and plural. When I talk of singular and plural, learner, you may think that I'm talking of singular of nouns and plural, the singular and plural of nouns. No. Today I'm going to talk about changing sentences from plural to from singular to plural and vice versa, from plural to singular. So before looking at sentences, you must know how certain words will change to plural. We have the word brother. Brother, we talk of brothers or brethren. We allow that. Talk of cloth. And the word cloth becomes tricky for pupils. We have the word cloth there. This is word cloth, not cloth. And then the second part is cloth now. So this one here is an already made material that is worn by somebody. That is a cloth, like the one I'm putting on. This is a t-shirt. So a t-shirt is an example of a cloth. Look at my pronunciation, learner. Cloth. And then this one is a cloth. A cloth is just a piece of material. At times you wipe your tables at home using a piece of cloth. Don't say a piece of cloth. It's a piece of cloth. There's an O coming there. This sound O, cloth. They are very different. So when you have many clothes, let's talk of clothes like that. If there are many. And if they have many clothes, just add S. So that noun is very important. Talk of cloth, and clothes. Then we have dye. The word dye here is dye of a noun. It is not die, the verb to die. So If you have many die, you know a die, the one we normally use to play. People who are at home, you know a die very well. So we have many dies, Lana. And time somebody can talk of dies. Then we have another one that is a bit genius. We have one genius and many geniuses. Or you can talk of genie. Genius will change to, you can talk of genie or geniuses allowed. We have the word church, churches, those ones are common. Sheep will remain sheep, Lana. Don't talk of sheep will remain sheep. It doesn't change to be sheep. That is the sheep of an animal. So let's go direct to what I want to introduce. We have sentences like this man is a nice person. This man is a nice person, Lana. This man is a nice person. This man is a nice person. We are seeing one subject here. This man is a nice person. How do you change this? This sentence, as you can see it, is in singular. What is it is in singular, Lana? You can see a singular noun here, a singular verb. I is also used here to show one person, a nice person. So this thing is in singular. How do you make it to be in plural, Lana? By simply saying that these men, so this will change. Start from changing everything here. This will change to this. Man will change to men. This man is changed to are. Are is being removed because are is an article that shows one object. So these men are nice. Are nice people. Person is one. People are many. So these men are nice people. Lana, look at the way we have changed. You can't say this man is a nice person. No, we're talking about many now. So these men are nice people. Another example, this was A. B, you can talk of he makes a wooden peg. He makes a wooden peg. Correct. So in talk of he will tend to be they. You know that he is a third person pronoun. It's a third person pronoun. So he will tend to be they. They make. We use S there to show that we are talking about one person, he. But when there are now many, you talk of they make. Don't add the S again. So they make wooden pegs. You add the S now there, so that there are now many things. Roman our C will be that is a beautiful flower. That is a beautiful flower. That is a beautiful flower. So that will tend to be those, not that. Some that is away from you. Some that is far away from you, Lama. Talk of that. It is close to you, talk of this, that. If there are many, talk of those. So those are beautiful. Those are beautiful flowers. And remember, Lana, just to emphasize, a group of flowers is a bouquet of flowers. Talk of a bouquet of flowers. Don't just talk of I saw flowers. When we take a large number of flowers put together to put on somebody's funeral land, I talk of a wreath. That is now under bouquet again. That is now a wreath. A wreath was taken on, was put on the funeral, on the grave. Right? So a bouquet of flowers is majorly given to people. When maybe somebody has a birthday, somebody will give you a flower. That is a bouquet of flowers, a group of flowers. So those are beautiful flowers. That is a beautiful flower. Learn so much for that. Let us go to the vice versa now. When you are given a sentence in the when a sentence is now given in the plural part, you're told to convert. How do you change them? They are nice boys. They are nice boys. Learn how do you change that? This is in plural form. So how do we change this sentence to be in the singular? He is. I said that they will change to he, and he will change to they. So he, instead of saying are is, he is a nice boy. Then I think you're getting that. Then B, we'll take our school bags. Our school bags are missing. I'll put an hyphen there, Lana. I think I mentioned that before. That every now and every time that when we have two nouns following one another, we call them double nouns. When we talk of double nouns, we must put a small hyphen. Mine is a bit big. An hyphen must be there to show that they are double. Our school bags are missing. So you talk of our will change to my. My will now come there. My school bag. My school bag is missing. C. We have these ripe mangoes. There are ripe mangoes in these boxes. There are ripe mangoes. There are ripe mangoes in these boxes. There are ripe mangoes in these boxes. Lana, this is a bit long, but we will go slowly but slowly to get the answer. By starting, there will tend to be there are ripe mangoes. So just talk of there again. There is. There here is just to show a place. So there is a ripe. So talk of article a. There is a ripe mango in this. This is going to be this. There is a ripe mango in this box. To change that, there are ripe mangoes in these boxes. Lana, I hope you're able to get that. I'm not going to give more example under that, but to give you practice exercise directly. Before we go to the composition I had promised to teach. The work is going to come on page English 8. This is English 8 book. Page English 8 book 7. English 8 book 7. Page 48 to page 49. So you try both, changing of singular to plural and plural to singular. You do all that exercise. It's not very main, it's not a lot. Then the difficult one that you're not able to do, Lana, you can post them so that you can be helped, Lana. They are very simple. Try to change all of them. The one that you have got very challenging, you can ask for help, Lana. So going to the other thing I promised to give about composition. So composition is a very crucial area, Lana, that most pupils lose a lot of marks. You lose a lot of marks in composition writing. Why? Because people don't want to be very keen when they are writing. Somebody takes. Realize that the number of minutes you're normally given to write is 40 minutes. 40 minutes is a lot as far as writing is concerned. You need to take your time. Maybe you've ever heard of this. Take around 3 minutes. 3 minutes enough. Take around 3 minutes. 3 minutes to plan. 5 minutes is much. 3 minutes enough to plan. Read the rubric. The rubric is the beginning of the composition that are normally given. That part given when you are writing that composition. Read the rubric. Then take about 3 minutes to plan. Writing down what you want to write can take at most 30 minutes because I know you write slowly. You want to make your handwriting look more beautiful. So take 30 minutes to write. Lay down what you want to write. Write it down. Put down what you want to write. So this is the writing part. Write now what you have planned up there. If you add that, you get that you have 33 minutes. Meaning how many minutes are still remaining there? You remain 7 minutes. These 7 minutes is enough, learner. These 7 minutes are enough for you to proofread. Proofread your work now. Meaning go through every bit by bit, correcting the mistakes. And that is why people don't want to do what? To proofread. You want to write until the last minute. When you see you're being told stop, is when you ask the teacher to allow you to finish whatever you are writing. Learner, that is so long. Have enough time to proofread your work. So much for that. That is whatever I want to give, the overview. Take 3 minutes to plan. Write down what you want to write within 30 minutes, we shall be done. And then proofread your work. How do we arrange our work now, learner? I'll give an example here of a rubric, a small rubric. It was before lunch when I heard a mother, when I heard a knock at the door. I dash. So I'm giving a short one to make you write. You can put anything down as long as you plan your work here well. This person is trying to say, take your time to read the rubric, learner. It was before lunch. Look at that. Meaning this time is daytime. People have not yet even taken their lunch. It was before lunch when I heard, this is the passage over here, when I heard a knock at the door. When you hear a knock at the door, what do you do, learner? People normally rush to look through the keyhole. You look through the keyhole whoever you want to open. So seeing that maybe it was your neighbor who was knocking at the door, or it was a visitor who had come to visit you at home. So begin your argument from there. Now plan down. Right, that you want to talk about your aunt, maybe, who has been out of the country for a long time. Your aunt or your father can talk of one of your parents. One of your parents has come from the USA. He has come back from the US, where he has stayed there maybe for a very long time. So meaning his coming is now ceremonial. We are going to celebrate for his or her arrival at home. So you are going to tell us how maybe he or she was welcomed. You stay how you felt generally. So let us consider this in our story. So before you do anything here, learner, as you continue this, look at that. Heard a knock at the door, then I dash. So you can see there's a full stop here, and then I. Most of you, because there are normally lines, after that you're normally given some lines here. Some of you will come to repeat this down here. Why do you repeat the rubric down? Lana, don't do that. We are seeing that the composition has been begun for you. It has been started. So you continue from the dots. I maybe rushed. I rushed to see who was knocking. Who was that? No. I rushed to see who was that. Continue directly with that. Okay, now watakuja, some will come and put a full stop here. There's another full stop and there's a dash. So don't put a full stop. Continue that sentence to make it correct, or to make the sentence well. Don't put a full stop and don't put anything, but continue the sentence to make it right. There are certain circumstances when the sentence can be punctuated. You punctuate, but in this case we can't punctuate. You must continue with the word. So same we are writing about this plan. In your plan, you will come to plan very well. This is a composition about, maybe you're told to Barat about a trip. For a trip planner, you know all the vocabularies you need. Lay down, when you are doing the plan for 3 minutes, remember, here talk of all the vocabularies. Let me talk of new words. Talk of all the new words you want under the topic trip. You know them, learner. Those talk about a funeral. You know all the vocabularies under funeral that you are taught in class 6. Lay them down. The issue of pallbearers, the issue of funeral committee, all those vocabularies, the new ones, write them down. And then as you will be writing, you're remembering that the one you have used, just stick, so that you can use all the vocabularies needed in a given topic. At times you can be given about a trip, they were like the one I've given you here. For a trip we have so many vocabulary, like the word take off. When you take off, meaning you begin a journey. On the way, you can meet police officers. You can halt a bit, maybe to attend to the call of nature. You may continue the journey. You may carry some snacks. All those are vocabulary that I'm mentioning. Your driver may be arrested because of speeding. After that, he may be released on a bond. You continue the journey until you reach the place of visit. Tell us how you visited the place well, whatever you saw, the challenges you underwent, and how the journey back was. That is a good composition because it has captured almost everything. So about the trip planner, let me give the last tip I wanted to give. Write this abbreviation. If you can read my simple abbreviation there, I've written CAPTET. CAPTET. Good. So CAPTET, C means characters. C stands for characters. A stands for action. Or kind of actions. Then P stands for place or places. And then T stands for time. And then E stands for emotions. And then T stands for the theme. Learner, when you use this in your compositions, you will never feel any difficulty to write a composition, because when you have captured the issue of characters, when the characters are well captured, here we are going to use adjectives. Adjectives describes characters. Don't just talk of I met a man. When we left, we met a man by the door. Which type of man was he? Use adjectives, learner, to describe that man. You'll get more points by describing the man. You know how the adjective describes somebody. I met a shabby man, a slender lady. The person who is working the community shall know that you're really talking about, you know whom you're talking about. So describe those characters. Let all your characters be well mentioned and described well. All your characters. Not just I met a man who gave me money. Which type of man was that? Then actions. Whatever these characters are doing, their actions. Describe all those actions well. Mother spoke eloquently. Use adjectives to describe. He spoke, what that describe actions are called adverbs. Yes, use the adverbs in this manner. Mother spoke eloquently to the visitors. Don't just say mother spoke to the visitors. How did mother speak to the visitors? So describe your action. The actions of the characters should be well described using the adverbs. And then the places. Adverbs of places describe. Here we also use adverbs. Tell us. If you arrived at Mombasa, tell us you are in Mombasa at what time. So time also comes here. Talk of the adverbs of time. It was 9 o'clock when father arrived at home. You have told that father arrived at home, and the time, it was 5 o'clock. So when you write a composition learner, take the marker through all the places you went through, and all the time. When you may reach a place, mention that time. It was in the evening when I realized that father was not coming back. And then talk of the feelings. How was your feeling maybe when somebody was being married, Lana? The feeling here can't be the same as the feeling when somebody is having a wedding. So describe the feelings well. Emotion, your emotion by that time. Describe the feelings categorically. Make somebody feel. You have the audacity here to tell the examiner whatever is happening and the feeling at every point of the hour. Lana, I'm really emphasizing on this because when you began a journey, for example, a trip, when you began a journey, you are normally very happy. As you continue going, maybe you're almost reaching the place of visit, maybe you're going to Mamba Village here in Mombasa. Before you reach there, your bus is, the bus gets an accident. That's a small accident, that meaning it has to go through the police. So it's going to take a lot of time before you reach Mamba Village. How do you feel by that time? So describe that, Lana. Show the emotions at every given point, how you feel. And then lastly, maintain the theme. Some people will start talking about the journey. The journey will go until the end of the lesson. You're not talking about the trip, because it was a trip, meaning there was a place of visit where you are going to. So to maintain the theme, tell us how you travel, the challenges you met on the way, how you reached. So that should take around only two paragraphs. Already you have reached the place around the third paragraph you have reached. Then tell us how the trip was. The trip is the general thing. So the issue of the trip, how you saw the animals, if you're going to Mamba Village, how you generally saw the place, should take the major part of the lesson. And then lastly, the journey back should be very, very short and conclusion. So the theme should come out very, very clearly. In case it was a theme, it was a trip. Let us see the trip in our composition. Don't bring again after the accident. You now went to bury people again, and then the composition now ends with the two themes. There's a trip and there's a burial ceremony at the same time. So maintain your theme, Lana. Let us see one given theme from the beginning until the end. That will give you will get you'll perform exemplary in your composition. So just to summarize, Lana. We normally have the introduction. That is parts of a composition, the parts. The introductory part is very important. Here you'll tell us, in case it's a trip, for example, I'm still going back to this trip, because it's a very simple composition. Get at the introductory part, we'll talk majorly about how you got the message for the trip, and how you prepared. And then next should be the body. The body, you should talk just one paragraph. The body should take at most at most 5. Let me talk of 4. At most four paragraphs, and then lastly here is the conclusion. Conclusion should be very short and very captivating. Not captivating, it should capture the attention of the reader or the examiner to make you earn a lot of marks. People at times end saying that it dawned on me that Hari has no blessing. That's correct. You have ended with something that is a moral lesson. So here, in most cases, you should see a moral lesson. There's a lesson that you who is writing is getting by the end of the composition. So that is so much for that. There's a composition here that we are going to try. You're going to write this composition. I heard a knock at the door and rushed to see through the keyhole. I rushed. Let me write it faster. I rushed. No, I heard. Sorry, I heard a knock. I knocked at the door. And rushed to see through the keyhole. And you continue that line. So just so much for that. Whatever I've taught a lot today. I've first revised. I've given you the issue of singular and plural, and then here I've finished the composition. Now take your time, write this. Take time to plan this composition. Take the very shortest time to write it down, and then go through the composition and look at the mistake that you are making. Proofread it well, and then see whatever you have done. Thank you, and have a blessed day.